back to my channel, and thanks so much for coming back for another video. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. I asked you guys on Instagram if you wanted me to do a Q&A a few months ago. That one got thrown out, but I'm re-recording it today, and I asked you guys to send me new questions, so let's jump right in. I did get a lot of questions, so I'm not going to answer all of them, but I'm planning on doing a part 2 because I'm pretty sure you guys are going to have a lot of questions for me after this Q&A. I wrote the questions down in my planner, so let's get started. So I'm pretty sure probably the number 2 question that I get asked the most on my channel and on my Instagram is, how do I stay in shape? And my answer to that is, I just stay really active with my kids. When we go to the playground, we play. We're always on the go. I do try to eat semi-healthy. I try to incorporate lots of fresh fruits and vegetables. And I do have protein. I don't eat that much red meat. Like once in a while maybe. It has to be something that I really like. I do home workouts. They're not intense at all. They're just pretty much light workouts with light weights at home. I'm not trying to lose weight. I'm just trying to build muscle and be a little bit more defined. I did breastfeed, and I think that had a lot to do with it, with me shedding the weight so quickly. I did gain 50 pounds with each of my pregnancies, so it was not hard for me to get it off, especially with breastfeeding and just trying to stay healthy and active. That's pretty much it. Where does my son sleep? That's what I keep getting asked. Where does my son sleep? Don't you have 3 kids? Yes, I do have 3 kids, and this may be a trigger, but I co-sleep with my son, and that's just what works for me and my family. I've been co-sleeping for so long now. It's just natural for us. I co-slept with my daughter, and she's 3, almost 4 now, and she transitioned just fine into a regular bed. My son might be a little bit more difficult because, as you guys can tell, my son is super attached to me and I'm attached to him too. We have 2 bedrooms, so we don't have a room for him anyway. We did have 3 to 4 bedrooms. He still wouldn't have his own room by now because he's just not ready, and I'm not ready. But you guys have to understand, I'm a solo parent, so I have to do what works for me, what I need to do to get rest and to survive. After I had my first C-section, that was a very tough recovery for me. It was an emergency C-section after 24 hours of labor. My epidural did not kick in before the surgery. Tried to put me under. Before I slipped away or fell asleep, they started cutting, and it was just traumatic and painful. That was one of the worst experiences of my life, but as soon as they handed me my daughter, I was totally fine. My husband was so shook up, like, we're not having any more kids. And I was just like, I don't even care anymore. It happened to me and I'm already over it. I got my baby, I'm fine. After we got home, I'm not saying this in a mean way or to bash my husband at all, but if you follow me on Instagram, then you've heard me talk about this before, and only because I get questioned about it. My husband, with our daughter, that was his first child, and I think he was just kind of shocked when we brought her home, and he didn't really know what to do, and he just avoided it altogether. Like, I was the one that was up at night with breastfeeding. I wanted to breastfeed so badly, and I did. I exclusively breastfed both of my toddlers, which I'm so proud of. But it takes a lot out of you. Not having the help or the support and feeling really isolated, that definitely got to me. It was just hard. It was hard for me to juggle everything. At the time, I had a preschooler, and I have a newborn, and then I have a 17-month-old. I'm breastfeeding. We're on the 3rd floor. It was a lot, you guys. So I had to do what I had to do to survive, and co-sleeping is just what worked for me. Also, at the time, I was watching women like Amanda Muse, and she is all for co-sleeping, and I absolutely love her and her channel. Amanda, if you're watching this, thank you, girl. You helped me so much during both my pregnancies. I watched and rewatched all of your videos. I absolutely love you. Do I ever take a break from cleaning? Yes, all the time. I don't always clean. It may seem that way because I typically upload cleaning videos. That's what my channel is about. Cleaning, organization, and motherhood. I haven't got around to making that many mommy videos yet, but I'm working on it. I just got my camera, and I'm figuring out how to really operate it properly. It's kind of confusing. I'm not a technical person at all. Right now, there's a mess all around me and out there, and I'm still carefree because when I'm not cleaning, I'm in the moment with my kids, and that's just pretty much it. I don't clean all day long, and yeah. Do I want any more kids? No. I'm not jumping on the bandwagon with everybody else. No, girls, I'm done. After my 2nd C-section, I told the doctor, go ahead, cut them, burn them, do whatever you have to do. I don't want any more kids. And for a while, I regretted that, doing that at such a young age, but just by how things were going in my marriage and with being stressed out with my kids and not having any help, I had to make the decision to not have any more kids because I didn't want to drive myself crazy. I know some people do it on their own with 4 or 5 kids, but in my situation, I don't have someone to help me. My husband is at work, and it is what it is. I'm a solo parent. I take care of my kids alone except for one day a week. I think I always said by the age of 26 I didn't want to have any more, so I'm definitely done. The surgery is reversible, but that would have to take a miracle for me to feel like I need another child. I have 3 kids and I'm done. How do I get so much done, and how do I manage my daily, weekly, and monthly schedule? So I have a few ways. First of all, I plan. I have lists, I have to-do lists, and I make sure I knock off a couple of things off my list every day. I have a planner for my life and I have a planner for YouTube, and that's just how I stay organized with my videos and just staying on top of. I stay on top of my calendar. I make sure that I'm up to date with appointments. My daughter is in school, but she's on summer vacation, and then my second daughter, she's gonna be going to school in August, so I'll have even more to do. But yeah, that's how I stay organized. I set alarms on my phone. I set timers for things because I am a scatterbrain and things escape me so easily. I have to jot it down or I'm gonna forget. And I'm also just a naturally hardworking person. I like to get things done. It makes me feel good. I'm super determined. It's just my personality. Both my parents are super hard workers. They're both successful business owners and I look up to them tremendously. What is my ethnicity? So I keep on seeing this question in my comments whether or not I'm Latina, and no, I am not. Technically I'm not. I claim that I do have a mix of Dominican and a couple of other things, but I just claim black. I know somebody's gonna be like, well, why don't you claim your other races? I don't feel like I need to. I feel like once you're black, you're black. And I'm okay with that. My mom was born in St. Kitts and Nevis, and my dad was born in Barbados, and my mom was actually raised in Barbados. They're both from the islands. I'm an island girl. I spent countless Christmases and holidays and just summers there. So much fun. Some of my best childhood memories. You know, the simple life and the beach and everything. It's just awesome. My favorite memory was the pastry guy coming around to your home and dropping off pastries. I love turnovers and all that stuff. I can tell that it's really dark in here, and I'm hoping that I don't look greasy and shiny, but I promise you, I'm not dirty, I'm not sweaty, it's just the lighting, and it is pitch black outside right now, pouring rain. How do I deal with hate? Hate comments. I just got a hate email this morning for the first time. I've also been hated on Instagram. It's just, everyone says this, but the person just has a problem, or you know, something they're dealing with, so they take it out on you. But I'm not that type of YouTuber that's just gonna stay quiet. I'm not the one. It just depends on what day I'm having or how much time I have on my hands. They may get cussed out, they may get blocked. I don't know. I'm really, really trying hard to just pay it no attention and just keep it moving, because I know I'm great. I know what I'm doing is awesome. Point blank period. I got a really rude email this morning about how my outfits are offensive and inappropriate, and I'm thinking, am I the only one on the internet that wears shorts in 95-degree weather? Or am I the only one on the internet that wears a crop top? I don't think so. When I scroll down my Instagram, I'm like, okay, yeah girl, you modest. I'm not knocking those girls at all. If you got it, flaunt it. Do whatever makes you happy. I'm all about that. I'm all about do what makes you happy. So for somebody to come at me and tell me what I need to do, that it's sad, putting my body out there for men to lust after, I'm like, girl, do you think I don't check my demographics? I know how much women and how much men watch my videos. I've recently checked my demographics to see what my percentage is and how many women are watching and how many men are watching, and 98% of my viewers are women. I don't think the men are interested in the cleaning, even if it's a pretty girl. So next. Alright you guys, these are the last 2 questions, and this is something that I don't necessarily want to talk about, but since there's so much back and forth in my comments with people trying to piece together my life for me and coming out and saying things that I've never said, I just thought I would talk about it just a little bit. I've spoken about it on my Instagram, so might as well bring it to the YouTube community because this is where I get the most questions about this topic. So here we go, you guys. So you guys normally see me as happy, dancing around, cleaning, interacting with my kids, and yes, I am happy, but I was not always happy, and I was not always positive at all, and I wasn't motivated. I was seriously depressed and in a very dark place when I started my YouTube channel. A lot of that has to do with my marriage and my relationship, and I just haven't shared anything like that yet because I'm just not ready. The light things I can definitely talk about and get into and forget about it, and I probably just won't watch this video ever again. So to change all those feelings that I was feeling and what I was going through, I literally stopped caring. I stopped caring about the negativity, the put downs, the neglect, and just started focusing on me and my kids. And this was a year ago, last summer, when I started my channel. This video isn't for that, for me to tell you guys how I overcame those things, but I definitely can go into that a little bit more of things and just like little tips and tricks that I did to bring myself back to life in a way. So when I first mentioned that I wanted to start a YouTube channel to my husband, it was 3 years ago. The things that I'm saying, you guys might be like, whoa, that's rude. And I totally get that. I totally feel that. I felt that for years. I'm not feeling that anymore. You guys don't have to feel like, oh my God, you're living such a terrible life. Your life must suck, you know? But no, it doesn't, because I changed that. And I got pregnant again, and I just lost motivation. And plus I had other personal things going on with my daughter's father, who I co-parent. So that was a whole nother situation in court and just a lot of drama. When I eventually did start my YouTube channel, when I put my first video up, I didn't tell him. I bought a tripod and all that without telling him, because I kind of knew he was just gonna make me feel bad about it. And some of my friends were like, girl, don't even tell him, because you know he's gonna make you feel bad about it like he does everything else. I said something. I said, well, I'm working on a video. And he says, what video? And I said, for my channel. And he goes, yeah, like a scoff. Like, girl, please, you're not gonna be a YouTuber. You need to grow up. By the way, my husband is 13 years older than me, so he thinks he knows everything. It's so annoying. After that happened, you can imagine, I was so heated. Just the little scoff, the feeling that it gave me. Like, I know that for the past 7 years, you've been treating me a certain way, but now that you see me wanting to do something that's gonna make me happy and that I could possibly be good at, you still are giving me this attitude like you're nothing. I know I'm not nothing, but for years I believed it. And it got me really, really low. Not only was there no support from him, but when he found out, when he saw my first video, he didn't say anything. He was just like, oh yeah, I saw it. And I'm like, well, what do you think? He had nothing to say. Nothing. He was just like, well. Anytime I ever brought up my YouTube channel, it was just like, he was making it extremely difficult for me to produce content, to the point where it was so obvious that he was trying to hold me back. So I got even more determined. That determined me even more. He said, I'll believe this is going somewhere if you hit 100 subscribers. And I think at the time I was at about 20, maybe 40. And I was over the moon happy. 20, 40 subscribers when you first start your channel, that means a lot to you. And it was so overwhelming for me that I could even get 20 people to watch my videos. And he was unimpressed. Who cares? You know, whatever. Hit 1,000. Anyway, so that motivated me even more. I'm getting sidetracked. That's why I have talking notes. So yeah, all these videos that you guys have been watching for the past year up until maybe a month ago have been a complete struggle for me to upload. I've just been battling obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And I've been trying to get our schedules to synchronize somehow so I could have time to do my thing and he could have time to do his thing, because for him, he needed to see me get to 100 to be like, okay, I see this is going somewhere. All this time that he saw me sad and depressed and wanting to have something to make me happy and have something to do to be more productive, he couldn't see that that was enough for me. It was enough for me to be happy and to be productive and doing something that I like. It needed to be lucrative for him to be on board. And I'm not gonna get into like money and things like that I make on YouTube or anything, but I will say this. Now that my channel is doing very well, he's been on board. He's been taking care of the kids when I asked. All of a sudden now he has all this free time. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Never mind. As long as I'm getting done what I need to get done, my bills are paid and my kids are fed, taken care of, all that negativity, I don't have time for it, girl. It took me until I got to about 20,000 subscribers for him to finally jump on board and be like, okay, I believe in you. And it wasn't even that. It was because he saw it going somewhere further now. Like, he's not seeing it for what it is. He doesn't care that it makes me happy. Up 3 o'clock in the morning, recording voiceovers, 4 o'clock in the morning, staying up until all hours of the night, working on videos constantly, hours and hours and hours, waking up, going into my car downstairs in 30-degree weather to get voiceovers done and to just come back upstairs and finish editing, holding my son, which I posted on my Instagram the other day. That happens all the time because while I'm typing, he'll wake up and come and cuddle with me. So yeah, you guys, it was not easy for me to come around and be happy and motivated again. I did a lot to change that. My main thing that I did that worked for me was I just stopped caring, and that worked for me. I started doing what makes me happy. Here I am, killing it on YouTube, making videos for you guys. You guys love it. I love you guys. I am just blown away by all of the support. It definitely outweighs the negativity, and you all have just helped me come back to life, and thank you. And I know you guys are probably wondering, well, are we ever going to meet your husband? Because that's a question that I get a lot. And no, I'm not sure that I want to include someone that did not believe in me at all. And that, it hurts that that person is who I married. So, and I kind of knew what I was getting into at the time. And like I said, I would do a separate video on my relationship before marriage and after marriage, if anyone's interested. I did open up a little bit about it on Instagram, and I was surprised by how many women deal with being neglected by husbands, and they don't have that support or encouragement or an outlet or anyone to talk to. And that's very, very sad. I know what that feels like. I was that girl for 5 years. That's a long time to be unhappy, and that's a long time for the person that you marry to sit and watch you be unhappy and do nothing but put you more down and blame you. You're a depressed person. You're making everybody else depressed. Get yourself together, you know? And then as soon as I started doing that, I just started getting obstacles thrown at me. So I'm thinking, what did I do to deserve this? Hell no, I'm not going to include him in my videos. Why would I? Hey guys, I'm not sure what happened to the last part of the video. It just stopped recording. But anyway, I just wanted to record a quick outro for you guys before the sun is completely down. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this cleared things up for you, or maybe you got to know me a little bit better. Of course, if you guys have any more questions for me, you can always leave them in the comments, and I'll include them in a second Q&A if you guys are interested. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you all in my next video.